Yo, what is going on, everybody? Shri Kanase here. So why should you stay away from TikTok ads as a beginner when dropshipping with Shopify? Now, this video is gonna be one of those videos which is a little bit different from normally what I put. Normally, I would never suggest you not using any advertising platform, simply because the more advertising platforms you have for your Shopify store, the less dependent you are on just one single advertising platform. However, whatever I've been seeing in the past few days with a lot of Shopify dropshippers going on to TikTok ads, simply because the craze right now is TikTok ads, there has been a lot that has been going on, especially with Shopify dropshippers and the results that they're getting with TikTok ads. So this video is one video you're going to want to watch until the end, regardless of if you want to use TikTok ads or if you've already used TikTok ads, because you'll learn a new thing or two by the end of this video. But let's just get right into it. The first thing you'll have to do in order to find any type of success with this video, however, is to destroy that like button down below until it turns blue. Promise, not gonna take more than 2 quick seconds. Okay, hopefully you have destroyed the like button down below. But why exactly should you stay away from TikTok ads, and that too especially as a beginner? Now, as a beginner is just kind of an addition, but a lot of intermediates as well would benefit from staying away from TikTok ads as a whole, and here's exactly why. There are a few things I'll be going over before the end of this video, but number one thing is limited audience span. Now, all of these things I've come up with on this list through my own personal experience of using TikTok ads. And when I say limited audience span, I simply mean that there is a limited amount of audience, especially with the age group, on TikTok ads. I want you to go out and try to find one 50-year-old or one 60-year-old that currently uses TikTok actively and watches all of the videos on TikTok actively. And I'll even give you $100 if you're able to do that. The sad part is it is going to be very difficult for you to even go out and find somebody within that audience span, because as it says right here, I've taken this directly from Google, in the US, the vast majority of TikTok users are below 30 years old, and you simply cannot change that. In fact, 48% of the US adults are between 18 to 29, and it drops all the way down to 20% for the 30 to 49-year-old age group, and then even down to 14% for 50 and 64, and 4% for those 65 and above. To kind of get a better idea of this, I'm going to go on over to this website called blog.hotsuit.com, and this is a TikTok article. This blog has written a lot of interesting facts about TikTok, but this is the TikTok column right here. What I want you guys to look at is the age column and then match it to TikTok. So 48%, as that Google search mentioned, are between 18 to 29, and drops all the way down to 22, then 14, then finally 4. As you guys already see, anything above 29 years old, and you have a very limited audience span. That means out of 100 people who are between 30 to 49, only about 22 use TikTok ads. That is an insanely low number. Comparing that to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, you can see that the numbers are clearly much higher than what TikTok has to offer right here. So this lets you know what kind of audience you are working with. If you are planning on selling those products which may be a little bit higher ticket, or those products more towards the older audience, obviously TikTok is not a good platform for you right from the beginning. But as a beginner, you might not know that. You might go in thinking TikTok is a great idea because, of course, TikTok lets you target people between 30 to 64 and so forth. So in that case, you'll just end up losing a lot of money. That's why number one reason why you should stay away from TikTok is just a limited audience span in general. This is going to cause a lot of problems because you are already limiting the amount of products, the type of products which you can advertise on an advertising platform. In my opinion, that is not a good advertising platform. A good advertising platform is one which gives you the abundance of age groups, abundance of choosing between genders. Basically, you can sell between males or females and so forth. There should be an abundance with everything. If it's already limited right from the beginning, obviously that's not a good idea. But number two thing on my list is it's sort of a new platform compared to a lot of the different platforms out there. People just recently caught onto the TikTok ads trend, and this obviously means that a lot of these people, or these so-called YouTube gurus teaching about Shopify and TikTok ads, have a lack of proven guides and tutorials. I don't care how big their YouTube channel is, how many subscribers they have. If they're already posting TikTok videos and showing any kinds of results that they've gotten, which may have been true, they may have gotten them. However, it's not very difficult to inspect, element a lot of these results, put up some fake numbers, and prove yourself to be a TikTok god. Because it is a new platform, a lot of these YouTubers themselves are actually learning about TikTok ads while they're teaching you. So because of that, they could also classify as beginners. And in my opinion, you should not be taking advice from somebody who's just a beginner starting out using a platform. You should rather be taking advice from people who are already experts, spending thousands and thousands of dollars on that advertising platform. But number two thing, of course, is the lack of proven guides and tutorials. It's just not enough for you as a beginner to kind of get enough help to then move on with TikTok ads. There are some basic ones out there, but in my opinion, those do not do the justice that TikTok ads deserves in order to really find a good amount of success. Now, of course, the alternative to this is what I did personally: spend your own money and try things by yourself without really watching videos, and just spend money like that and learn through that process. However, not a lot of people, especially during this time period, have that much extra money to just waste trying to learn different things. So because of that, it may be a better idea for you to stick more towards the platform which has already been established, a lot of good tutorials out there, and so forth. But this brings me to point number three, and that is there's overall a lack of interest that you can target with TikTok ads. I personally found this to be one of the biggest issues when I used TikTok ads. I was unable to find the exact audiences or even those that are similar to a lot of the products I wanted to sell. As a result, I ended up just looking for interests which were not really that close to my product, and because of that as well, the products ended up failing. So interests have a very big role in the kind of success you get with your products. If the interest is not right, if it's too far off from what you're trying to sell, obviously that's going to cause a lot of problems. So because of the lack of interest to target, it's going to be very difficult for you to find the right audiences. But in addition, because of the lack of interest and combining that with the limited audience age span on TikTok, you are limiting your audience heavily. It's just what TikTok is. It's going to narrow the audience size significantly compared to Facebook, Google, and so forth, just because first of all, there's only a handful of people using TikTok, the app itself, after the age of 30. And then second, there's not enough interest to target. So these two things kind of combine together to make it extremely difficult as a beginner to find the type of success you want when it comes to an ad platform. Now, I'm not saying with this video that it is completely impossible for you to find any type of success with TikTok ads. Of course, there's people out there succeeding with TikTok, making thousands a day. However, with TikTok, you just need to spend a little bit of more time, energy, if you have that, first of all, to learn the process, to kind of understand it all on your own because of all of these things mentioned right here. And of course, if your products or your niche is not really the younger audience, automatically TikTok is out of your advertising platform race. You need to look into other advertising platforms which have your audience. Just don't go into TikTok just because there's a big craze around it. But this brings me to point number 4, and that is the ad creative itself. Now, I don't know about you, but for me personally, I don't like making custom videos per different product that I want to test, regardless of if it's on Facebook ads, Pinterest, or whatever other advertising platform I'm using. I would rather scour through YouTube to find good ads which I can use. With TikTok, that process already becomes extra difficult simply because TikTok's ad creative size is a vertical size, and with Facebook and a lot of these other advertising platforms like Pinterest and so forth, the normal size is a horizontal size, meaning a square size 1000 pixels by 1000 pixels. With TikTok, that is a completely different story. If we go ahead and go on Google to see exactly what the dimensions are, we can see that the video needs to be 1080 by 1920. This automatically makes a lot of videos on YouTube for any given product impossible to use for TikTok, simply because you're going to end up cutting a large portion of the frame when you're trying to convert that video from a square to this vertical size right here. So in this case, what might happen is that the product itself, maybe a function of the product, may go missing in the video itself, and as a result, you might not have the right video that you want, which is of course going to impact performance. So because of this, there's additional problems when using TikTok ads. It's just not ideal, especially if you're trying to just start as a beginner, maybe even an intermediate. You don't have enough of a budget to find new custom videos per product that you test. So because of this, TikTok already becomes a bad platform for a lot of beginners out there, even intermediates, because again, you don't have enough money to hire somebody to make vertical videos for you per product. So this kind of is another reason why TikTok is something you should stay away from, especially as a beginner, but also somebody who is maybe intermediate but doesn't have enough of a budget to spend unnecessarily like that. But this brings me to the final point on the list, and that is an overall higher ad spend. I've personally noticed this with TikTok where the ad spend goes through the roof. For instance, I was testing a product on TikTok ads where I listed a few different interests at $50 a day because there's a minimum budget that you can start your ad sets at. with TikTok. And I started these ads at exactly 12 a.m. just like I would with Facebook ads. Unfortunately, to my surprise, by the time I woke up, which was 8 hours later, my TikTok ads had already spent $50 per ad set, and those that had actually not spent the entire budget were actually stuck at $0 budget spent. So because of that, the product itself didn't really end up being a winning product, even though it was a big winning product on Facebook as well as Google ads. In addition, I ended up spending a lot of money unnecessarily because I felt like I had little to no control over the ad spend because it spent the entire money so fast. And in this case, I was trying to set a target cost per purchase for each of the ad sets with a different cost per purchase per ad set, but definitely that did not work out. And that is not the only strategy I've tried with TikTok ads. I've tried a few different ones, and I definitely noticed that the ad spend becomes very high very quickly. It becomes impossible to control that ad spend unless of course you cut your target cost per purchase or your bid in half, and in that case it might not even spend any type of budget at all. So this is kind of a major problem with TikTok ads, and if you combine all of these different problems right here, it makes TikTok an extremely difficult platform to actually use and succeed with, especially as somebody who is just starting up the Shopify dropshipping, who needs a little bit of extra help, or even for those people who just don't have that kind of budget to spend on some of these things. So these are 5 main reasons why you want to stay away from TikTok in 2021. But how long should you exactly stay away from TikTok? Does this mean you should never use TikTok ads? Of course not. But this does mean that you want to spend a little bit of extra time just learning the platform, maybe starting a few ad sets and testing around a bit at a very small budget, making sure that whatever products you try to target on TikTok match this audience age range right here. Those products also have enough audiences and interests that you can target, and in addition, you have enough money to actually get somebody to make a vertical video for you, because otherwise it's just going to be a waste of money as a result. If you're wanting to get into one of the major advertising platforms professionally and really know what you're doing, and I'm talking about Google Ads right now, I did recently release a course on Google Ads start to finish called the Google Ads Mastery course. You can find the link for that in the description below. It has a lot of members already finding a lot of good results with the strategies mentioned in that course. A lot of those strategies I do not actually cover in my YouTube channel at all, simply because dropshippers that pay for those strategies have to get something special. So if you're wanting to get a little bit ahead of the curve and get those strategies and take your Shopify store to the next level with Google, be sure to get the course. Again, the link will be in the description below. It is called the Google Ads Mastery course. But if you found any type of value in this video, smash that like button and smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.